All right, so Fiona, tell me, how did you become the English trainer?
How did I become an English trainer? Well, I have had a passion for helping people for
Mhm,
all of my life since
mhm,
I was young. And going to university after leaving high school, I was not sure how I can do this in the best way. I was like, do I go into a school? Do I become a teacher? I wanted to keep my options open and I studied the CELTA. I am CELTA certified.
mhm,
I did it in Egypt. So I didn't want to just do it in the UK, with British people learning the British ways. I wanted to really, as I say, keep my options open.
mhm.
And I branched out a little to the Arabic, and it worked out. Like as I said, I want to help people, and
Mhm.
here I am helping
Was
people.
that the first time while you are having the CELTA training, you experienced the teaching, or did you teach before that as well?
I have done teaching and like teaching assistants before that, but it's mostly with children. Doing
Hmm.
the CELTA was my first chance with adults, teaching
Hmm.
adults, but all my life I have been, as soon as I'm old enough, the mentor of children in
Hmm.
fun activities and groups and stuff. So it was just kind of the natural progression.
And where did you enjoy more when you were teaching to adults? They're understanding more, maybe their IQ is maybe or their intellectual level is better than the kids, of course. So where did you enjoy most? When you were dealing with the kids, where the fun activities, games are there, or with the adults, where more mature content is there?
I don't know, it's so different because each age group has something good. Like kids, they are so funny and full of energy. They bring
Hmm.
such happy energy to classes, but then like middle age, like around my age, is so nice because I can relate to them. We are going through similar stages in life,
Hmm.
or we have. And then you get some older adults, especially with Fluency, with doing ESL teaching. It's
Hmm.
so sweet because they have such a passion to learn. Like, it's not children who maybe their parents say, come do the classes.
Yeah.
Like, they really want to learn, and it's just so inspiring.
I mean, it's interesting. Can you elaborate with some example?
Yeah, I have had some adult students who come to me and they ask me for homework where a teen or a child, would never ask for more work to do. And they go away and they do it and they come back to me. And, there is a few mistakes. Maybe they don't understand what the task was, but
Hmm.
it's okay. It's okay. We go through it step by step. I have a few actually, who really like business English.
Hmm.
So we're going through meetings, interviews, but interviews is one. I have a student and he just loves practicing again and again. Each lesson, sometimes we do the same thing again, just because he really wants it in his mind. And that's okay. We
Hmm.
can repeat things if you need.
Yeah, that takes me to another side. Like, can you share the funniest moment that you experienced in a classroom or even in the online teaching?
I have two actually very similar stories.
Hmm.
One is I had a student and her mother was making so much noise in the kitchen, an online session.
Of
So
course,
I
that's quite
I
normal.
don't see, yeah. And I can hear all this noise and she's like, "Teacher, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my mother." And I said, "It's okay. It's fine. I can hear you. It's fine." And then we start talking about how do I say that? My mother is in the kitchen or she's on the kitchen, and then it turns into a grammar lesson about the kitchen from just her mother making so much noise.
Right. And did you ever feel nervous? I mean, even in the online session, there's a background noise and all. That's the external force. But teaching, dealing with the students, I know now you're a confident teacher, but quite in the beginning when you were dealing with the students, did you feel that nervousness? Because I heard once that there is a quotation whenever you're dealing with the public, either you are nervous or you are lying. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I would agree. Definitely at the start, it can be a bit nerve wracking, especially when you have people who are also nervous. Like, I am a
Hmm.
new teacher and my students are new learners. So they are nervous to talk, and I am, but we get through it together. You're scared,
Hmm.
I'm scared. We do things scared. Just because you're scared, it doesn't stop you from doing things. You can achieve things while nervous.
Hmm. And in your experience, when it comes to learning English, what is that one aspect that students always find difficult? Is it grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or building up the confidence in speaking in English?
Each student really has their own strengths and weaknesses, but I
Hmm.
find, especially with online, is
Hmm.
that students will have amazing understanding skills.
Hmm.
Like, they're very good with vocab, they're very good with reading. You can tell they have been studying, but me being British, when they hear the accent, sorry, miss, can you say that again? I don't understand. It's when you're in the real life situation that suddenly everything leaves your head.
Hmm.
So it would be this, like, practicing real
Hmm.
life situations. Like, it's so easy to answer multiple choice, or
Hmm.
if there is a question with only one right answer, I can think of the right answer. But if I say to you, tell me about your weekend,
An
everyone
open-ended
stops.
question, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's just panic. I don't know, what did I do? So, yeah.
So how do you handle these students? I mean, how do you assist them in building up an answer?
I will always prompt with things I know that they know from
Hmm.
previous lessons, or even the lesson today. I'll suggest, what about swimming? We just talked about swimming.
Hmm.
Is this something you like? And they'd be like, yeah, okay, let's write a sentence about swimming. Tell me, what should I write today? And I will start typing it and get them to give me the words. Sometimes I say, oh, I don't know how to spell this word. Can
Hmm.
you help me? If I am asking for help, they want to help me. And really, I am helping them without them even realizing.
Hmm. That's a very good approach. I really appreciate that. All right, now let's move on toward a golden tips part. Now, in this part, I'm going to ask you some questions and you have to provide us the tips on the different aspects. Let's start with the grammar. One grammar tip that everyone should know.
One, how can you choose one? With grammar, just know to expect the unexpected. With
Hmm.
English, you can remember all of the rules, and this is amazing.
Hmm.
Like, I really appreciate when students come to me knowing this is how I use this piece of grammar. But there will always be irregular forms, irregular
Hmm.
verbs, and this is one thing. If you just, not to remember them all and not to understand them all, but just be okay
Hmm.
knowing that this will come up. Don't think, okay, the rules are rigid, I cannot go around the rules. Because in English, we go around the rules a lot. So just being really open to the possibility is great for grammar.
I have a question. It's okay like to convince yourself that it does not matter if I make a grammatical mistake because I can. That's okay. But this pressure is not from your like it's not your in from your own self. Sometimes it comes from the opponent. What if this person indicates my mistake? What if this person makes me realize that I made something wrong? How to handle this?
Just be open for learning. This is the part.
Hmm.
If someone corrects me if I am wrong, this is okay. They're helping me. You should not
Mm,
see it as a big problem. You are so bad. It's
mm,
amazing. It's an opportunity to get better. It's really a great thing. You are lucky if someone is so
mm.
kind to help you and say, actually, this is how we should do it.
Now, so it's not a criticism, it's an opportunity to learn something.
Yeah,
What a
yeah,
positive approach. Very good.
yeah.
And what's the biggest grammar mistake people make? One mistake that you've always find every time a person is speaking. This is a common mistake.
Honestly, I cannot pinpoint one
Hmm.
mistake that people, everyone is so individual that I will not say you are the only one to make this mistake. Never,
Hmm.
never. This will never happen. Everyone makes the common mistakes. I will say one of the hardest parts is
Okay.
tenses, past
Hmm.
tense. Yesterday I went, tomorrow I will go. This is one that trips people up a lot, but it is a huge aspect of grammar. There is
Hmm.
so much to it. Each tense, there are so many tenses, even ones people don't realize. So it's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, I was having another session with another trainer where the trainer mentioned that they learn the grammar, they know the grammar rules. If you ask any student, anyone, what is the rule for the past tenses, they're going to tell you that. But when it comes to the practical implementation of those grammatical rules, there is a gap. In your opinion, how can we minimize that?
Just practicing real life situations, because
Mm,
I know you can think I know the rules, this is
mm,
how it should be, but as I said before, there are many exceptions in English.
mm,
So the best thing to bridge the gap will be reading books, listening to media, watching podcasts,
mm,
just to see how people are using it in real life. Because another thing is there's lots of nuances that even native people
mm,
don't use these exact rules that we are taught in classes. They use more natural. So
mm.
just like living, experiencing it for yourself is the best thing you can do.
That's awesome. Now let's move on toward the vocabulary part. What do you think is the fastest way to improve vocabulary?
There's the fastest way and then the most effective way,
Hmm. Yeah,
because of course
hmm,
anyone can speed learn words. Translation, I know cat is this in Arabic, cat is this in English, and you can remember lots of words this way,
hmm,
but in the long term it doesn't stick in your brain. The best way is picture association. Look at a
hmm,
picture and say the word in English, of course,
hmm. Yeah.
and the next time you see this picture, you will remember this word. The vision holds so much memory. So this is one of the best ways, is seeing it and linking the word with this.
Hmm. I once heard that if you want to improve your vocabulary from the writing perspective, start reading. If you want to improve your speaking vocabulary, start listening. Can you elaborate it and do you agree with this?
Absolutely, I agree, because even I do this. A
Hmm.
native speaker, I'm always looking to expand my vocabulary. I will read books. It doesn't even have to be formal books. I'm not reading school books
Hmm.
all the time, but just for entertainment. And you see a new word and you don't know it, but maybe you understand it overall with the text, with
Hmm.
the speech or the program, whatever you're listening to, you can understand what it means. And then if you really don't, go Google it. And then
Hmm.
remember, I know this word from this book or from this TV show. So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. I mean, just like you mentioned that you yourself try to improve the vocabulary and learn new words. And I once heard that on average, after every 2 hours, a new word comes into existence, because now we are into in a global village. The words are coming from the other languages, and whatever is the origin of the word, the whole world start calling like pizza. It's pizza. I mean, in Saudi, in everywhere in the world, the word comes from the other languages. And can you elaborate this perspective that nobody can master the vocabulary and it's an ongoing process of learning and improving it? Because I think so, even an English professor at Howard, at Oxford, they can't claim that I know 100% vocabulary words. Not even a native speaker can claim that I know 100% vocabulary words. So if you elaborate this and also tell me how much vocabulary is enough to have the confidence that I can talk and understand most of the conversations.
I agree so much. No one will ever know all of the words. There is also too many words. There is new words and there is so many. I don't need all of the words.
Hmm.
The best example I can use for this is I studied science. So I know lots of words around science.
Hmm.
But I did not study, for example, arts or music. So there
Hmm.
are many words for art and for music that are advanced, and I don't know these words because I don't need to. They have never come to me
Hmm.
in my field. Or if I am a teacher and I am teaching children, I don't need these law terminologies.
Hmm.
I just don't use it. So this is one thing, even in English, even in some of my lessons, some students will come to me and say, Fiona, I don't know this word. Can you explain it? And I say, yes, let's look at it. Let's Google it together. Let's
Hmm.
learn together. And don't worry, you're learning it now, but maybe some English people don't know it. Maybe
Hmm.
very advanced native speakers don't use this word. So don't worry, you're doing amazing by learning this, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, wonderful. Now let's proceed toward the speaking part. But when it comes to the speaking, people are more afraid, or in fact, the most afraid of speaking. Whenever they have to speak in English, they feel reluctant. How can they get the confidence in order to speak flawlessly and confidently in front of public? Or
It's
even not
going
even public, one person maybe.
it's going back to my earlier point that we can do things scared. If you are
Hmm.
nervous, you can do it anyway. It's no problem. The best thing to build confidence is
Hmm.
don't have any confidence. That's okay. Just speak. Anyway,
Hmm.
one thing I will say always is just speak. Just try. If you only know some words, say the words, and I can help you fill in, or whoever you're speaking to can help you fill in. To build confidence, you just need to try, really.
Hmm. Yeah, what if like other person gives me the impression that like in Saudi, everyone is a native Arabic speaker and you are the one who is forcing. They are speaking in Arabic and you're speaking in English. It's mismatch thing that they feel when it comes to practicing English. If we tell someone to go when you go to a coffee shop, just order in English. When you're talking to your relative, your colleagues, your neighbors, talk in English. But what if they are talking in Arabic?
I actually know this experience very well myself, being in Egypt, being around Arabic speakers. Sometimes I am the only one who speaks English,
Hmm.
and sometimes I am with a group of people and we all speak English. But they are Arabic speakers, they are nervous to speak around me. Really, the best thing is just try. Just speak. If someone is going to laugh at you or tell you you are wrong in not a nice way, this is their problem. This is not my problem. I am learning. I am doing amazing. I know a second language. So
Hmm.
many people in the world, like myself, are only speaking English. We are trying, but I will always admire people who have English as a second language because
Hmm.
it's from birth these days. it's just a natural thing you all learn. But for English people, we only have one. So
Hmm.
really, even with bad English in a group of people who don't understand you, or you are forcing the other language, still just do your best.
Can you suggest us one habit that can definitely help us improve the English speaking to be specific? Is it listening to some podcast? Is it talking every time in English? Is it recording your video and listening to that video or thinking in English? What is the one habit that people should develop in order to become a confident, fluent English speaker?
I believe speaking and speaking doesn't need to be to natives, but to people who understand English well
Hmm.
is one of the best ways, because you can go home, you can record yourself speaking. Maybe you will think I did a great job. Maybe you will think I'm so bad, but
Hmm.
you're you don't know yourself. The best thing you can get is someone to come in and help you, because maybe you think you did so bad, but really it's amazing. We are so critical of ourselves
Hmm.
that having someone to encourage you and to correct you speaking in English is the best thing.
Great. Now, when it comes to speaking, there is a very important part. There are two parts. One is accent, one is the pronunciation. Accent is okay because the whole world is speaking in different accent because the first language will always have an impact on the second
Yeah.
language. That's understandable. But how about the pronunciation? How can someone improve the pronunciation that when anyone pronounces a word, the whole world understands that?
To know, the first thing
Hmm.
is I am British. I will pronounce things different to an American, to an
Hmm.
Australian.
Hmm.
So it's don't worry so much. Of course, you want it understandable. You want good pronunciation. So I'm going to understand the word. But I will often tell my students, don't panic. I
Hmm.
understand you.
Hmm.
Let's work on it. This is how I say the word. And I will give them some options sometimes, because I know some nuances of American accent. So I can say, this is how my mouth is comfortable saying it.
Hmm.
Maybe yours is different. Maybe you would suit saying it the American way. So if you are ever stuck, think maybe try a different accent. Maybe do it the American way or the British way, and it will be easier for you. Just know there is options. Never,
Hmm.
I can't say this word, I will never say it. No, don't worry.
Just practice. Okay,
Yeah.
now I think there are so many of the aspects that one has to take care of. For example, spellings are there, grammar is there, coherence is there. What do you think? What factors a person should pay attention on in order to improve the writing?
For writing,
Yes.
a big thing for Arabic speakers is punctuation. Because
Mm,
I know this is not so common, or a lot of my students coming from Arabic speaking just don't use punctuation at all. So it's
mm,
remembering to breathe in a sentence. You're talking, and when you're writing, think, would I say all of this in one breath? No. So let's add some commas. Let's slow down and breathe a little. And does this point connect to this point? No. I'm saying something new. Add a full stop. This is
mm,
one thing that will improve your writing so much. Spelling mistakes will happen in native speakers. Spelling mistakes happen.
mm,
It's natural. You can try so hard and you can practice, and of course you will improve,
mm,
but just nailing the punctuation will help, and the capital letters as well, coming into this for a new sentence, really
mm.
makes it look good.
Wonderful. Now let's proceed toward the next segment where we're gonna select this or that. I'm gonna give you option. You have to select which option is better in order to improve English. Books or podcasts?
How can you make me choose? They are both podcasts for speaking, for listening, and books for reading and
In
writing.
general, if someone
Really?
wants to improve the English, so we're considering in general because nowadays people are more into, the views on the podcast are way more than the sales of the books, maybe. Because book
Yeah,
reading is quite, it takes more attention, it takes more dedication, a specific time. While the
definitely.
podcast, when they're in the gym, they're driving, they listen to these and all. So that's why, like this list is here. Again, books or podcasts?
This you have made great points for podcast. I would say because English now we are speaking. Speaking you can have very little support. Your friends can support you, the person you're talking to can support
Hmm.
you. But for the reading and writing, I can always go Google.
Hmm.
As you said, AI is such a big thing to support you. So the
Hmm.
best thing would be podcasts to get the speaking and listening understanding.
Great. Reading silently or reading aloud?
Of course, reading a lot.
Big class or small class?
You're really making me choose. Big class, I would say. You can learn from your peers.
Hmm. Quiet classroom or energetic classroom?
Energetic. It may seem chaotic, but it's good.
Whiteboard or digital screen?
I am a fan of whiteboards. You can erase your mistake and rewrite it.
Dictionary or Google?
Google. Dictionaries can be outdated. Google has the latest information.
Learn alone or learn with friends?
With friends, of course. Friends are the best motivators.
Wonderful. Now let's continue towards the next segment where I'm going to give you the beginning of the sentence and you have to complete the sentence. Whatever
Okay.
comes in your mind. I knew I wanted to teach when
I was a child.
my students always surprise me by.
How much they know when they say they have low level and then they surprise me. They're so good.
Learning becomes exciting when
When you want to learn, when you enjoy learning,
the classroom feels magical when.
you have lots of energy, you are ready to learn, you are excited, and the teacher will be too. We can be excited
Hmm.
together.
The best compliment I have received is.
I am patient. I will give my students time and I'm very understanding of mistakes
Success doesn't happen because.
because because you want it to. If I just want to be successful, it's
Hmm.
not. You need to put in the work.
Quite deep. Every learner should remember that.
Mistakes are okay. Everyone makes mistakes.
I wish students knew.
Mistakes are okay. Like, I wish students knew it's okay. Just
Hmm.
talk, just talk.
Hmm. I smile every time.
Every time I have a class and someone wants to learn something new and I can help them.
Awesome. Now let's continue towards the ranking game. Here you have to rank from the easiest to hardest, although it depends on every single individual differently. However, in your perspective, you have to rate it from 1 to 4, which means 1 is the hardest and then less and the easiest.
Okay.
Listening, reading, writing and speaking.
Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. I would say writing for online classes would
Hmm.
be the hardest, would be
Okay.
number one, because most people think they are coming for conversations.
Hmm.
So, writing number one, probably then listening, different accents change, and
Hmm.
it's a new story. Then, speaking, I
I
would
know the
say,
last one.
then then reading is the easiest.
Hmm.
Recognizing the shapes. I have students who can read a full sentence, and I say, okay, what does it mean? I don't know. Reading is something, once you have it, you've got it.
Hmm. Right. And grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and confidence. Hardest to easiest.
Ranking.
Grammar,
Gram
vocabulary, pronunciation, and confidence.
confidence, a big thing plays on age.
Hmm.
So I would, let's put confidence as the easiest. It's easy to be confident. You can do things if you are scared. This is okay. Just
Hmm.
just just speak to me. So I would put this as the easiest.
Okay.
I tell me again, grammar,
Now three left. You have the easiest one. Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation.
vocabulary would be the next easiest, number three. As
Okay.
we said, remembering pictures.
Hmm.
Then I would say pronunciation actually, and then grammar as the hardest
Hmm.
because grammar is something that changes so much. I know we said pronunciation changes, but once you've got it for one word, you've got it. It's there.
Hmm.
But grammar is one thing I see struggling a lot.
Great. Now let's proceed toward the last segment where you will become the teacher for 1 minute. I'm going to give you different topics. Whatever the topic you select, you have to give us the tips or a small 1 minute lesson to improve that specific part. You can share with us one pronunciation trick in 1 minute, one vocabulary trick, one confidence trick, one memory trick, one reading trick, whatever you want to. So the topics are pronunciation, vocabulary, confidence, memory, reading. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Allow me to set the timer. We are quite strict with the timing.
Okay.
So you, you have 1 minute. What topic have you selected?
I think pronunciation.
Wonderful. Your 1 minute timer starts now.
Okay, with pronunciation, the best thing you can do is not be afraid to sound crazy. This is one thing I will teach in my classes. You think you are saying the word correctly. You think, I know how to say oh, so this word should be oh, but it's not. We have different letters. The best thing you can do is try your best. Let's take
Hmm.
the word pronunciation, for example. A big word, many letters, different sounds. Maybe you will try and say it pronunciation, pro, and you spell out the letters. If I see my students struggling, I will come and I will look crazy first. I will go pro, noun, see, a, shun. Really overdo it. And I don't care if I look crazy. I get the letters. I get the sounds. And maybe we are struggling with the end. Pronunciation, shun. Again and again, we will go shun, shun, shun. You will forget the meaning of this word, but you will have the pronunciation. We will say it so many times. This is
What a
the best
great way
way.
to learn pronunciation. Really,
Yeah.
really appreciative. MashaAllah. Well, that is the end of this session. And I believe me, I learned a lot. It was really a mind-opening, a jaw-dropping session with full of knowledge, full of information and entertainment as well. Thank you so very much for your time, Fiona.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. I really enjoyed it.
Likewise, likewise. And we hope that we will conduct more of Meet the Trainer session with the different activities, inshallah.
Of course.
Thank
I
you so
look
very much for
forward
your
to hearing
time.
from you. No worries.
Yeah. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.